this up. Do this little side window. Let's see. Well, hopefully you guys are seeing me. It's taking a second. We're running about a 60-second delay. So give me a minute here. This should be coming up and the notification should be going out. Alright, let's see. Fixing this, it's going out. Okay, so it's out there. Let's see, my notifications are coming through. Awesome. Man, it is so nice to actually have high-speed internet. So hopefully you guys are seeing it and everything is looking good. Oh, let me see, VT. Hey, what is going on, Mr. VT? How are you? Let's see, are you stateside or are you across the pond somewhere? I shouldn't say really across the pond, just though on a different continent. Don't know. Oh, I'm hoping, actually I might need to give you a call. If you happen to have any AUG suppressor gas plugs or extra standard gas plugs, let me know. Just shoot me a text tomorrow or next week. Got a project I'm working on. I could use an extra plug. It doesn't matter, either one. Oh, let's see. As hopefully you guys can see here on the table, I've got a few things, and if you saw the post that I threw out on Instagram and Facebook, I did say there's a giveaway tonight, so it'll be for somebody here in the group that actually watches. Cool. Oh, let's see what we're working with. I'm gonna talk about Corvo's part. Some of you guys had asked, and I told you I'd make a video. This is the Anti-Rotational Pen. It goes inside your trigger pack, so you don't get no more of the wobblies or hung up QD mounts. So I'm gonna show you guys how to put that in tonight. I've got some new products that I'm testing and trying out that we've been working with since August. Let you guys know what they are and what they're doing. And I got a special delivery. Granted, it did come in I think on like Thursday or Friday, but I got some new ARID parts. So I'll unbox these. I'll show you guys what they are, and we'll talk about them. Let's see. Let's see, do you have that? Do you have the FN90, the full auto gun? No, I don't have it. I don't have an sorry, Brown. I don't have an FN90. Man, I haven't had one of those. I don't think I've ever really brought one on the channel, but the last one I owned was probably within like the first 2 or 3 years that they were out. I did actually have I had access to a full auto, little like, it was a short barrel. Normal one's like 16-inch. I think the one that they had was like a 9.5 or 10.5. It was interesting, but I mean, I haven't, it's been like well over 10 years since I've owned one. Let's see, giveaway. I'll answer that in just a second, kind of let people get in here. It is one of the normal channel sponsors. I've actually got it here on the table, so something here on the table. I've actually got 2, and it will be options. So just kind of hang out through the chat. I'm going to give it away to one of you guys that answers, or the first one that actually kind of types into it. So we'll let it kind of kick off. Probably I'll say something here in the next 15 minutes. So let's see. I'll pull the trigger pack here in a second. Show you guys. What are we going to talk about? Well, here, let's just talk about this, the bottles here in general. If you guys happen to make it to range day, Gearhead Works was there, and this is actually one of their new products that they're working on, which is AWT, Advanced Weapons Technology, is the main part of it, but they're actually worded a little bit different. Let's see, the one with the little metal cap, this is actually a CLP cleaner and kind of oil, a little bit of do it everything. Kind of looks like red Kool-Aid. It is a 100 milliliter bottle. I don't know what they're selling it for, but it's something new. Just reach out to Gearhead Works. If you guys aren't familiar, they do build AUG parts and a bunch of other different things. They're actually one of the very first inventors of your arm brace system, like your ARs. So this is a new adventure that they're going into. They tossed me a couple samples to try out and see what I liked on, well, it's not up here, but on the pistols that are, you know, that I shoot at range day. Actually, the picture here, and actually it's in this case, the big 1 mile bolt action gun. So the second bottle that they have is an actual lubricant, so new gun oil grease, and I've been testing it out since August. I've completed 2 F-class matches. I've done 2 different range days on testing at distance and different temperatures so far, from about 50 degrees up to about 80 degrees. So normal kind of country-ish weather. This stuff's supposed to be really good down to cold weather, so that's coming. It's kind of the reason I really haven't put it out on the channel or talked about it, because I'm still kind of in testing. And if you guys know, when I do test something or somebody sends me something to play with, I don't run out and just, you know, shoot it 100 times or play with it for a week and then, you know, rep for it. The other thing, actually, this was on a different YouTuber's channel, but we talked about, you know, some guys will just hawk anything, try to sell y'all something, and I don't. That's the whole big reason that there's very few sponsors that really do anything drastic with the channel. Some of them toss me stuff, ask me to check it out, and if I like it, say something about it. So I am saying something about it. So it's Gearhead Works. I've tested the lubricant. I've actually got it on this AUG, and we've been running it on 1 complete field strip and clean. So we actually took carbon degreaser, which is, I use Bortec. I stripped this thing totally down the end of August, like within a couple days after range day. Got poster up, that was 8/21 of 2021. So by the 30th of August, I stripped this thing completely down, threw it in a sonic tank, totally ran degreaser and carbon remover all through it, and put this stuff on it. I posted on Instagram just a simple diagram on like the greasing locations for your bolt carrier group, and granted, my camera's good. I don't think I can totally get it up there, but this thing is still super lubricant. A part of this is actually, it goes into the metal, so hopefully you guys can see over here. You'll see some color difference. Maybe it's one's shiny, one's not, but that is the actual oil that's been running on this system since, let's just say, September the 1st. So it's still there. Haven't had any burn-off issues, and literally we put the drops. So this thing's got a little eyedropper. It comes out, 5 drops or 6. You read the manual. It actually shows putting a drop on the back side of the bolt carrier and on the front. I always tell people, just put 1 good big drop, let it run through here, or push the bolt down, soak the bottom of it, and let it go up. But after that, just remember, it's just basically 2 drops on either side of these rails. Good lubrication, 1 or 2 drops on your bolt carrier group. That's all the lubrication that you need. So it's been holding up, and the other day in the video that you guys saw that went out, I I think I went through a case of ammo. So I know for sure this thing's got 1,000 rounds put through it, and the lubrication, we haven't added any more. That's literally the bottle. I mean, I've oiled up guns with it. That's all we've used. So this bottle here, another 100 milliliter. The CLP stuff, I tried some of it. I mean, it works. I mean, in the field use, it works. I don't know about full tabletopping. A weekend after doing gun clean, it'll get the job done. But I'm so used to using Vortec or just taking a crap ton of Rem oil, spraying stuff down and scrubbing it with a rag anyway, or taking a toothbrush to it. So I've used it, but I can't give this a fair shake. But if you like CLP, I mean, they've got it. The oil, so far, I like it. We'll visit it after like the first of the year. Let me get some cold weather time in and see if I can get it to gel up or freeze up or cause any issues during that. Okay, well, let me hop over here real quick to give away. Let's see, RBMT Media. Hey, how's it going, man? Let's see, Brandon, love your channel. New to the OG. What's the best recommendation for spare barrels? So Brandon, cool, man. I'm glad you found us. Spare barrels. Actually, in the chat right now, or if you'll scroll back up to the chat, service group can probably help you out in getting a barrel. He's an authorized Steyr distributor. If not, Steyr USA, go over to their website, or better yet, call them. Sometimes they don't answer emails real easily or often for some reason. I don't know if they're overbooked or understaffed or both, but call, if he can't get you one, call Steyr USA. Those are your two primary sources, like if you want a brand new one. You want a used barrel, typical places, Gunbroker, Arms List, I mean, kind of hop on there. You can also check out the SteyrClub.com. Let's see, 190. What is the key in AG cleaning kits used for? Sorry, 190. I'm thinking the key. There's a little key that's actually meant, or it's actually basically it's the part of your rear of your stock assembly. It's for pulling a gas plug out. If that's the one that I'm thinking that you're talking about. After that, there's really no key. There is a trick I'll actually show you guys using your factory sling mount stud, or actually your trigger pack stud, if you need to remove out or change a hot barrel on doing a piston change out or changing over your gas settings. So there's that. Okay, well, there's a bunch of you guys in here. They're kind of hanging out, so we're going to talk about it. Okay, giveaway time. Double click holsters. You guys know this is like 98% the company that I run for holsters, because they make what I want, they do it the way I want to, and I don't have any arguments with, hey, make it this way, or in colors, or I can't do that, we don't have that option. They've got all the options. Like, they literally will make you whatever you need, to within reason, or supply what you're looking to have made. They'll mold around it. So who will put in here? I have two of their holsters. So one is for a Glock, and one is for a Springfield XD. We'll do a little trivia. Let's see, someone's actually texting. I'll check that here in a minute. So I've got a black one for a Glock and an FDLE for a Springfield XD. Who's got a Glock? Who's got an XD? Who wants a holster? And granted, this is a trigger guard holster for like if you want to wear in your sweatpants, or if you just want to put in storage to have something that protects your trigger. If you throw it in a nightstand or you're traveling, so it doesn't get bumped in a bag. So that's what these are for. I'll put up first person. Let's see. We'll do a little trivia The first one we'll pick. You guys get to pick. So the first person that answers this right, you can ask for a Glock or the XD. What is the caliber of the custom? Actually, no. What is the caliber of my SSG, my 1 mile gun that I shot a mile with? First person to tell me what caliber that is, you get your choice. Should be fairly simple to figure out what caliber that rifle is, because there's casings right there. If you can't overly see them, you can blow it up or throw it on there. So I'll be looking in the comments. It'll be you guys. Okay. Let's see. Pictures. I did have a couple people ask me because they saw my dual mag setup that I was running in some latest pictures on Instagram. So just to show you guys, this here is a, if I can get it right, mag inch from Buffers. Yeah. Technologies. Man, I cannot get this out tonight. It's a web design. It's got 2 flat blade screws and a clamping system. On a standard NATO or non-NATO version, when you run this, you actually have to turn the mags opposite, or at least I have to, for case deflection. So I like running these this way, so the extra mag is always on the inside, closer into my chest, and doesn't interfere with my arm. I'll put some pictures up and show like how far over it goes. But the other reason that I run it one forward, one backwards is because I've got the really cool side extra mag pouch, and when you install and put the mag in, actually I probably should do this right here. See it stays on the inside. If you try to run this and put it on the other side, granted it's in backwards, it actually hits. But the case deflector, I didn't want this magazine being so far up. You can see it, hold on one second. You can see it on this side for this left hand. It gets kind of close, and I didn't want it to cause an issue in case deflection. So I set this one up this way. It works really well. Actually, it was one of you guys, subscribers, that sent this in to me to test and play with, and I really do appreciate that. They also sent me the Magpul variant. The Magpul Mag Clamp does not work on Steyr mags, on the waffles or on the P mags. They're just oversized enough that they don't want to bite and latch on for some reason. Every time I went to hook one up, I just couldn't get the clamp right. They would twist in and out and just failed. So those went on. They just didn't really work. It might still be over in the box. If not, I think I donated. I know I had like 2 or 3 sets of them. Because somebody else gave me one. I know somebody, I sent them off those clamps. But these work. Like I said, it's just a nylon side. They get good grip, and so far they've been working. So if you guys are looking, you want to do some type of cool, double mag setup. I mean, that's 60 rounds. All you gotta do is pull it out, spin it around, stick it back in. Let's see. I'll give you guys the info on this. It is Buffers Technology out of Jefferson City, Missouri, and you can go over to their website at buffertech.com. So that's what they are. I think they're like, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks for one. So I got an extra one I'm going to hook up and put some P mags into, so I can have a double kit. But I mean, if you guys are into it, they're pretty cool. They work. Let's see. The key for the 90. All right. Okay. Well, just in case anybody else is joining, because I think my count's working and we're fairly close. Remember, guys, I'll give you a free holster. Tell me what caliber my 1 mile, my SSG08 is, and you'll win a free holster tonight. All right. Let's see. Let's do. What are we gonna do? Oh, rats. Well, Buffer Technologies is out of business. Well, that sucks. Thanks, 190. I appreciate that. Letting us know. Okay, well, guys, that's if you're looking for it. The mag clench That's who made them. Yeah, I don't know, maybe Brownells has got some leftovers, or you'll find them on online at somebody that's got leftover stock. Okay, let's see. Corvos time. So, I wanted to put this in here. I'll make a quick video about it, but it probably won't be very, very soon. We'll see what my time allots. But if you guys order one of the anti-rotational kits, you're going to get two pieces. One is the actual housing. The other one is your QD hookup. What's different on this one is one side of the QD has a flat side milled into it, so it's kind of D-shaped, and that's what this is set up for. It doesn't matter if it's left or right, it just goes in the back side of the trigger pack, and it literally takes like 30 seconds to install. So my rifle's a little bit different, complicated, granted just the stock system. So what you need to do is, remember, push down into the rear, go ahead and pull out your QD mount. There's your factory one, or actually in this case, this is a Midwest Industry, it's got a detachable. Pop off your buttstock and go ahead and pull out your trigger pack. Real simple on this thing. You're going to take the actual mount and you're going to install it on the bottom side underneath the rear tail. Make sure when you push it up, you get it lined up and set up for the holes. Doesn't matter, like I said, either way. Literally, we're just going to stick it up in there. It fits snug, there's no screws, you don't need any glue, nothing, it's friction. Just stick it in. And now what you're going to do is on your QD mount, push down on your tail on the spring a little bit just to make sure where it's at, and see it goes in and latches and you get no more rotation. If you want to change the direction, maybe you're orientating so you always remember that the D goes backwards or you want it to go forward. To get this thing out can be kind of a pain. There is a threaded spot in here you can put a little nut or bolt into and you can pull it back out, or take a flat blade screwdriver and pull it out. But it's literally that simple. Just slide it in the rear, drop your trigger pack back in, and with this one I set mine up to make sure the D faces to the back. That's about the only issue, is if you ever do take out your retaining pin and you can't remember exactly, is it forward or backwards, can make it a little difficult if you're not thinking about it or you're doing it real quick. So orientate it, remember which way you want it, and that's it. That's how simple it is. Oh, let's see. Let's see, a couple of these things are popping up here. Rotate only one company has them. Bro. Yes to Z and Og. Okay, Moses. Sorry, man. I'm trying to get your message. Let's see the Ogs. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see. By the way, I'm getting an A3. All of them shoot 5.56. Yes. Well, I'll discuss that here. Just a second. I'll answer. Yes, they do shoot 5.56 and 2.23. I'll answer that question a little bit more in depth here. Just give me a second. So there's that. Like I said, that goes in, and then your QD system. I just want to show you guys how good this thing is. Grab the right side of my system that I use. Once you install your QD system, I mean, legit, it's in there. It's not coming out. So if you guys are worried about this thing coming out, like it's latched in there, it's not coming apart. So I've ran this. I've actually been using the Corvos part for a while now. I just hadn't filmed a video on it. I didn't think it was necessary, since it would literally be about a 2-minute video of doing the install. But I'll take some pictures. Maybe I'll just make a quick picture montage and throw it together. But it will totally support your rifle and holding it and running it, so you've got no issues. You guys just saw me jerk on this thing, and I wasn't being gentle. So it's there. That's how the QD system works. So I'll pop that loose. So you guys just let me jerk on it for a second here. Literally, you want to take it apart, push in, takes out. That's it. It's got a wonderful grip system that works in the back of the stock. And this will work on your standard or NATO version. This is totally universal. So you guys that have NATO versions that take the AR mags, you're in luck. That part works. Okay, so I'll hook you up and help you out here a little bit. 5.56 and 2.23 are the exact same round. The difference, there's two differences that most people get hung up on. 2.23 is the American designation. That's because Winchester designed it. The 5.56 by 45 is the NATO variant. It's just the metric version of the same round. There is a difference between military load and civilian load, which is the case pressure. Now, there was a time in the early 90s that some guns, just for the actual case pressurization, which differences, I believe it's 10 or 15,000 psi difference, or a 10 to 15% difference between 5.56 and 2.23. It was primarily on bolt action guns. It was just due to the head spacing and issues. There's very few ARs or AUGs or anything like that have any problem in finding. So yeah, so specifically just for the AR platform, any 5.56, or I should say 5.56 by 45, the NATO variant, any of the grain weights, case pressures, the gun will handle. The 2.23, have at it. It says 2.23, 5.56, you're good. It'll shoot, it'll run it. The only thing I tell people is I don't shoot steel core ammunition. I don't want the extra abuse on my extractor or carrier. And steel cased ammo will totally suck out and take all the oil out of your carrier group and on your barrel. You'll start to have failures to extract or feed, and it's just because it's crummy, crappy, like Tull steel case ammo. So I don't run it. I feed mine good shit, so good brass. That's about the only thing. A lot of guys run it. They've got no issue running steel. They might keep their guns lubed up a little bit more. I prefer to put good ammunition in my guns. I don't have to worry about squibbing around or just having underpowered ammo or just an issue. So that's my preference. Let's see here. Brennan, let's see, sorry, where do I from? The stream, phone call, any recommendations on obtaining a spare barrel? Okay, not a problem, Brennan. Like I said, in this chat, if you'll go back up to the very, very top of the chat, you're looking for VT Service Group. He is a Steyr dealer. He's a distributor for Steyr. He can probably help you out pretty quickly, wherever you need one. After that, Steyr USA, like I was mentioning, they've been a little slow on email response, so I would just call them and get one of the sales guys, Scott, Irwin, or Jared would be one of the three sales guys that I would talk to. They're in the know all the time. They can answer your question. They don't have to look on a computer or tell you they're going to call you back. They can instantly answer your questions. Just call down to Steyr USA down there in Alabama if you need a barrel. After that, just look at the normal gun auction type sites, and if you're looking for a barrel. Now, if you're looking for an LMG, the light machine gun barrel, that's the big the 24-inch barrel. I can tell you right now, there's no one that will have one new. They're only secondary on the market, and when you see one, you buy it right there on the spot if you want to own one. They start at plus $2,000 for one of the 24-inch barrels. So if that's what you're looking for, if you see one and it has a buy it now price and that's what you want, there's just really no argument to what it's going to cost. If you want it, you just buy it right then, because they don't come around too often. When they do, they go for high dollars. if you're looking at a 16, 18, or possibly even a 20-inch new, you're just going to have to get on the waiting list or call Steyr to see what they have in stock. But I think currently, last I heard anything about it, 16-inch barrels were the norm. There were a few 20s being made, or they're taking pre-orders for 20-inch barrels. I'd heard that. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, guys, well, you're still in there. Remember, hey, there's a holster giveaway. If you guys want a Glock or an XD holster, I will ship it to you. It's free as long as you're here in the United States. It's from DoubleClick. I'll get it in the mail tomorrow. If you can tell me what caliber the SSG is I use for my 1 mile shot. Maximum. Okay, so let me answer your question. I think there's one ahead of you. Okay, yeah, Sab, not a problem. Sorry, just checking on here. So yeah, man, if you got questions, you can ask in here. If not, if you want to email me, it's TnSteyr@gmail.com. If not, you can just direct message me on Facebook or Instagram. If you want to put a list together, I'll help you out and answer whatever I can for you. So let's see here. Maximum, you asked about lubricants. When it comes to, if you're asking specifically for the AUG, whatever your favorite gun oil is for your bolt carrier group, just whatever you want to run, man. It doesn't really matter. I wouldn't recommend WD-40 or like PB Blaster. I'd put a good lubricant or a light grease on this. It doesn't take a lot. It literally takes 5 drops. So 2 on each chrome rod, and coat up your bolt carrier group decently, and that's it. I put a tech tip the other day talking about trigger packs. If you're going to put any type of lubricant on your trigger pack, do not put wet lubricant. You want to put a graphite, like powderized graphite. The same stuff that you put on snail mags or on your magazines to keep springs running. Do not put any type of liquid spray oil on the polymer inside. It just doesn't work. It collects dust. It'll drain out the back of the gun. It's unnecessary. You can use, if you want to paint on like anti-seize with like a Q-tip on a few of the connection points for lubricant, like that'll work, or dilithium grease. But basically, if you put spray oil or liquid oil back here, or you put on like a moly grease or something, any of the gunpowder can build up back here and just cause issues of grit, grime, and making just a buildup. There's really not a whole lot this gets dirty back here on the back side of the stock, because everything kind of comes out your ejection port or stays like right here above the trigger, your trigger shoe assembly. So if you're going to lube, like I say, if you're going to lube at the back, the biggest one that I put out there, it's in a few of the videos, just use powderized graphite. I mean, you can go over to Lowe's. It'll be over with door locks, or door locks, master locks. It's a little silver tube. It'll cost you $2-3, and it's powderized graphite. It's for door tumblers. Take the trigger pack out, douse the top of it. If you want to, you can spray it. It's dusty. It looks like talcum powder, but it's silver particle stuff. So I wouldn't breathe it or lick your fingers after messing with it. Just coat that up and throw it back inside the gun. You'll be good to go. Let's see. Thank you very much. I'm looking for a 16. Definitely, I'll check out PT Steyr call. Cool. Yeah, on the NATO version. Let's see. Spartan. Okay, on the NATO versions of the AUG, yes. Do not use old Vietnam era Colt steel, aluminum, the metal magazines. Very much just buy Magpul PMags, and you should be good. Between the two stock systems, having a NATO and a standard, which I refer to standards as SAI, which is just Steyr, Steyr mag, the waffle mag. Your issue is just going to be making sure that, because they produce so many AR mags, of tolerances being good. So if you like Lancer mags or PMag, stick with one that you like for the NATO. But I've never really had a big issue out of just standard Magpul mags. That's actually, well, it's similar. This is a standard AUG, so then an SAI, the one that takes waffle mags, but Magpul does make Steyr mags as the Gen 3 PMag variant. That works. So make sure if you're on a NATO, you're just buy regular AR-15 PMags. If you have a standard waffle mag AUG, you can get these. These are called F88 PMags or Steyr AUG PMags. Make sure that you don't choose the wrong, you get the right one for the right gun. But for this variant, they do make PMags, and these things work just a hair better than the standard waffle mag. I'm actually starting to change over, for the most part. If I'm going to buy a magazine today, a new one, unless I want the 42 rounder, if I'm just buying 30s, I'm buying the PMag variant of it, because I like the way that these feel. They seem to come out of the gun a little bit faster than the waffle mags. They just don't look as cool. So that's out there. Because yeah, here we go. Waffle mag. These are the same mag, just Magpul and the original one. So you can kind of see, black and clear. These just look neater. Let's see. Somebody had put out Moses 6. Moses. No, sir. 6.5 Creedmoor. No, that is not the round. Brandon. Hey, Brandon. Brandon got it. 308. 308 for the SSG-08. Cool beans. If you will, you'll have to send me your info. You want a Glock or Springfield? So the black one is the Glock. FDLE is the Springfield holster. Let me know. Send me an email, TnSteyr@gmail.com. Shoot me over your info, and I'll get whichever one you want in the mail. Let's see, maximum defense. Let me go through here, guys, and check back up. I make my own lubricant with grease. I mean, you can use a little grease and engine oil. I mean, that's kind of old school military of, use what you got. I think I put something a little bit nicer, maybe not just used engine oil. It's a nice gun system. It deserves a good bottle of oil. Pew Pew Tube. New to the AG game, sorry, I'm having, let's see, I'm trying to toss around the idea of building a post stamp. Pew Pew, no, that, yes and no. The trigger pack will not just drop in and work. That is something that has to be done at the Steyr facility, or if you're going to go the full auto route, it's a total remanufacture, and it's just not a trigger pack that you're going to need. Yeah, the receiver, the actual receiver, this section of it is the same. It's a different bolt carrier group difference, and trigger pack and stock and everything, and that's something I've put out there before. I don't help with. If you're gonna go that route, reach out to Steyr USA or Steyr Europe and talk to them, and they can tell you what they're gonna need, or what they need from you to help you in that. I can't, and I won't. I can just tell you that there's totally different parts. If you're gonna go into that world, besides if you're gonna try to do one for a gun, a range to use, I really can't help you there. For it, I can just tell you there's a bunch of different parts. It's just not a trigger pack, and it's just not a stock. Sorry to be kind of vague on it, but it's just one area that I really don't I don't work in. Sorry, great info for the mags. Just subscribed to, saw a few of your videos and just. Oh, well, cool, man. Smart, that works. JJ, appreciate your channel. All the. Let's see, JJ. No, as of 2019, as of, whoa, was it August? No, sorry. SHOT Show 2019. I was trying to think when mine got, because there's one over here on the wall. So the first of 2019, the A1s went out and the A2 replaced it. The A2 MF replaced all the lines. So if you're looking for an A1, you're going to have to find somebody that's got old stock, or you're going to have to find a used one on the market. So everything now is a 5th generation of the pistol, and they have 3 different sizes. Let's see, part 2. Would a... let's see, Spartan, for mounting optics on a flat top rail system, so when this goes on here, your normal height over bore from the center line of the barrel to, like, you know, pop-up sights is like 2.75 inches to 2.95 inches. I would recommend, if you're going to put run a flat top rail, make sure you get low profile scope mounts. Will work best for you. When you run the factory optic mount, it's like a 3.25 inch height over bore issue. So there's a company that makes, I can't think of it off the top. It's Talon. It's Talon Works, I do believe. They actually make a upper receiver rail that will hold a 30 millimeter main tube, and you can put a standard like LVO into it if you don't want to put rings on a flat top. So you kind of have to play around with it. I haven't done one personally. I run a flat top for iron sights for CQB setup, and then when I switch out for standard, what I consider standard operation, I use the factory 3X, the 3-power, if I can get it out, the continuous 3-power Steyr optic. I just mount it back into my receiver and go from there. Let's see, does anybody, J. Travis, does anyone offer any sort of lighting? You're talking like a Trigic, Travis, you're talking the factory 3X scope, some type of light reticle for it? No, it's a complete sealed unit. What you see is what you get. If you're wanting some kind of illuminated reticle system, you're going to have to totally change out and go into like an LVO setup or a standard scope that already has that mounted in there. I will tell you, with the 3X, I normally, let's show you guys. Still got an open box here to do. I've got my my Delta Point Pro mounted on the side of my system. Normally, when I'm running a scope optic, I actually transfer and put my weapons light over here, and there's enough light in front up here that I get pretty decent. If you're looking for like low light situation, with the standard like 800 to 1000 lumen light using the factory optic. Now, if you're just trying to get a lit reticle to make it easier to see, totally, there's not one out there I've ever seen or know about. Oh man, you're welcome. Okay. All right, kind of a joke. I put this out there for Eric. So, armament research and industrial design. I told him I was going to make a video and kind of do a joke, and just haven't been back out to the range to play with it. But just so you guys know, there's a secret hidden compartment inside an AUG that works really well for snacks. Yeah, that's right. You can hide snacks inside your gun. And nobody's going to find it. It's not weird. It's not like doing it in the AR where you stick it inside the pistol grip. It's not there. And it stays clean. So, if you will pop out, take off your rear butt pad. Yeah, it sounds weird. Take off the butt pad off the stock. You guys are going to notice there's a little hidden spot. And they make a really cool dust cover. This is actually where you're supposed to put your cleaning kit. But if you don't, it's great. We can shake this out. You can hide Twix bars. And the really cool part is, they've even got it set up for lefties. Or the right side. You can get 2 Twix bars. Hey, it's Halloween. You can stick Halloween candies in there. And you might get a regular, you can't get the king size. I've already tried the king size, it doesn't work. Maybe just your standard Twix you can get in there. I've also found you can hide a box of Nerds. So, hey, make range snacks or make up some beef jerky and hide it in the backside of your gun. And it doesn't get hot, it doesn't melt the chocolate. And I'm going to prove that because those have been in there for like a week. Let's see, I'm a righty, so I'm having the right one. Let's see, I see it does go on the side. Let's see. Sorry guys, I've got dinner downstairs. I'm gonna need some chocolate. Let's see, the Delta Point. I don't have an OSX4, I don't have any type of magnifier, and where this mounts to, this particular one is the Leopold 7.5 or 7.5 MOA, I'm trying to think, trapezoid or chevron reticle. And when this actually lines up, I've got some cool pictures I'll post up of it. It gets a little awkward, and you have to rotate the gun more from the shoulder to more your pectoral. But it works for single hand manipulation. In this setup, running single hand, free floating and shooting outdoors, I put some videos out. I think I just put a video out last night. We're just showing some range fun. 200, 225 yards with this red dot, free floating, single hand point in the weird 45 degree. Totally worked. Could drill man-size steel plates. Probably put 10 or 15 rounds on target, just out there plinking, you know, goofing off. So it works really well. I would say if you're going to run like a magnifier or a low power veritable, just put them strictly on top of the receiver. Just mount them right to the pick rail. Let's see. I'm looking at one comment. The comments have not popped up here. Let me see. I think you never hurts to ask. Oh, okay, Travis. No. I have actually met with the owner of Steyr at SHOT Show. Actually, I even have his personal information because he was nice enough when I got that particular MF. That was the very first one that was allowed to be sold or taken out. It was the very first one technically delivered to the United States, and that's actually Gun 007. So a few guys make a joke that I get to play James Bond with that serial number, but that was actually a gift from the owner of Steyr. I've asked him, I told him if he would make one in 45 that like the US market would totally go nuts. There's a few things that Steyr does that for the most part people don't think that makes sense on why do they only do 9mm or 40 caliber, and with the MF variant, you know, they got rid of 40, they only do 9mm. I mean, I wish. I've talked to him. I send him emails constantly of do one in 45. You know, if they do one in 45, I actually have a company they're still in business, a very, very reputable company said if they could get guaranteed proof that they were going to do it in 45, they'll do the 10mm barrels. So it's been something that's been asked about at least the last 5 years that I'm aware of, and nothing. I mean, we've got 3 calibers, and that's all they offer in the pistols. So you got 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, and 357. Let's see. M&L's right now. Morgan, thanks, 200-ish. One. And was there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, right now the AUG market is totally huge. I mean, they're selling. I mean, if you find the one that you want, I did see somebody on one of the chat rooms was like he'd come across the NATO version, didn't know if he should get that one or not. Something that I tell people all the time: if you're going to buy an AUG, the difference between a NATO and a non-NATO, the standard variant, is your magazine. You're gonna have to use AR mags, or you're gonna have to use a waffle mag. That's primary one. The second primary, which is not a big killer, is you lose your instant bolt release from your standard to your NATO. The NATO has an additional magazine release. The big difference is in the trigger system. The trigger bar, or I should say the stock, the trigger pack, and the trigger bar, if you want to buy the whole assembly, if to switch between the two, that's what you have to do. The standard waffle mag SAI, which is this one, has a 2-linkage system that goes into your trigger pack. On your NATO, it only has a 1 trigger bar linkage. A lot of people feel when you go to pull the trigger, you can actually feel some deflection because it's literally a like 10-inch rod inside the gun over here that it's only pushing on one side instead of it being 2 prongs trying to go in to do the trigger. So the difference between the guns, the big primary thing is how the trigger feels. Bullpups already have a crummy, trigger system, which is actually what ARID's trying to fix, which this gun is really nice on doing the tuning that I helped them with and that we've been putting out, working with them. But if you want the better of the triggers between the 2 guns, you want to buy the standard, the one that takes waffle mags. Now, if you happen to buy a NATO and you get a good deal on it, all you need to do is buy the stock and the trigger pack for a standard, and your whole receiver group, the barrel, will all come out and change over, and you can have both. So, I mean, it's a $500 to $800 more investment on the gun. But if you can get a NATO cheap enough, you'll basically be into the price range of what a standard would cost, and then you just have to buy the stock. So you could have both options. But people always ask me which ones do I say to get. I'm a huge component of get the standard. I really don't care for the NATO version, which I actually owned like 2 of them since the creation of the channel. And I mean, they're fun. They've got their place. I like a NATO version because I can throw 100-round snail mags into, and it gets real fun just to mag dump. On the standard, you're only going to go up to 42. So, okay, well, guys, we're getting into this. I'm trying to think how long we've been going here. We're almost at an hour. Okay, so we'll finish off the night. We're going to talk about what I got here in a box. We're going to open this up. This is from ARID. I need to have dinner and go to bed and relax. It's from Armament Research Industrial Design, ARID. So I've been helping them. That's what a bunch of the pictures and the tutorial videos. There's going to be a big video that drops next Saturday on the 22nd. It's like a 30+ minute video. Shows you how to do all the tuning and how to install these parts. So these are my new upgraded parts. I had asked for a little bit of change, and you guys are going to get to see what they are going to be. And this is the first time I opened the box. And ta-da! We're switching over to complete red controls. So there'll be no mistaking that this particular gun, when I film it and shoot with it, new safeties, has the upgraded system, and we're going to toss that. So what is upgraded, what is changed And the cool thing, I mean, these packages, all this comes with their information on it. It's a nice sealed system. They do have, for their safeties, they have a full, basically a full auto safety and a semi-auto safety. So if you guys want, it comes, they send both, so it's not like you can get one or the other. You get both. Basically, one helps with over travel on pulling the trigger, so you don't have to worry about pulling the trigger and the trigger bar so far backwards and just death squeezing the trigger, which is really nice. The front side of their system, I'm gonna have to transfer a part over. That's okay. Is a complete new trigger shoe, and this thing's kind of skeletonized a little bit. It's got extra components. Guys, check out the videos. Literally, look over like the last 30 days worth of videos at this point. So all of September and into October's videos on AUGs on my channel is showing all of these parts. I had asked them, told them I wanted some red ones, so they would show up better on camera, that I had them changed out. So this new trigger system actually has a roller ball bearing here at the front, which tightens up the front of the trigger and makes the trigger not wobble and move. It actually keeps everything in line, which is awesome. And they actually have a new magazine release. So I know a lot of Corvos parts are basically unattainable at this point here in the US due to an import issue. Thank Uncle Joe. That's all I'm going to say on that one. We don't do politics here. It's an Uncle Joe problem. But so their mag release, this one's a black one. It's in there. Actually, Corvos helped them in some original prototyping and design. So it's got some of the same characteristics, but they changed not to copy them or to take from Corvos, but instead of this being a convexed, this is actually concaved. It's more flat feeling, but it's got some nice wings on the side of it. This mag release, granted, all this at the current moment is 3D printed, and they're getting ready to go into aluminum production. If you guys need their info, I can send it to you, or I'll just basically check it out. It'll be in the bottom of this link or this video. I'll have all their information. They're getting ready. They're getting the company built. Like I said, they're new, so they're getting everything set up and done, but they are selling the prototype pieces. They're fully functional. They're plastic. They're 3D printed at the moment, so they're not as rugged as they could be. When these things come out in aluminum, these things are going to be hotcakes. If you guys want components that are going to be awesome, these are going to be right up there. I don't think anybody's going to match what they're doing right now for a while. But the new trigger system, it's a trigger shoe. It actually has 2 points of retention in the front. So if you guys are familiar, the way your trigger bar grabs, normally there's just a single point screw. This has an additional screw in the front that keeps the bars from spreading, which really helps. It evens out the travel. I'll have to check out the video, but I'll post some pictures when I change this out. There's an actual ball bearing that goes right here in the front of the stock, which rides inside this channel, which keeps the trigger from going up and down. It takes all the movement out, and it takes all the left to right and vertical movement out of this trigger system, because you can actually tune it, and it's fully adjustable, which is great. Their safety, which is totally worth it, is ambidextrous. So if you guys are a lefty, as one of the head guys at the company is sorry God hates you, or you're just wrong, but it actually, you can set this thing up for left-handed shooter or right-handed. You just flip the safety around. That's the way they designed it. And the best part is no more square-edged shoulders to tear up your hand. So if you're used to this thing, for me being a righty, you get your glove hand out here, or it starts riding on your knuckle, you'll actually start seeing wear spots. You know, right here, you start to build a callus. And I want to have pretty hands. So yes, I'm girly. I want to have pretty hands over here. I don't want to have the side of my hand chewed up by the original. I think I've actually got one. Yeah, by that big square lugged pane. A lot of guys take sandpaper and shave all these corners off. Theirs just totally did it instantly, which is phenomenal. That it takes the profile edge out of it, so it doesn't catch on your gloves, doesn't eat on your hand. It just makes it really nice. So those are the 3 components that they're working with at the moment. And let's see, I will show you guys some other prototypes. These have been here. These are actually some of their top rails. So these are strictly prototypes. These aren't available yet. They're finishing up their design, but they're set up for the A3, the M1. It's got the hump built into it, goes over your QD mount, extends the pick rail. They're talking about making these up to a 40 slot rail system, and they even have side QD mount to the top, extra side pick rail, and there's actually a handguard that can attach into this. So you guys go over, check out, you have to go over to my Instagram if you want to see more of these pictures of some of the prototypes, some of the guns that I've been testing and playing with. There's some really good linked pictures and stuff on the channel. So, but that's it. You guys are going to kind of get to see it. They've been sitting up there on the shelf for a little while in a couple of these videos, but that's what these are. So they're all new top rails. I don't have one of the handguards yet because, like I said, they're prototypes. Alright, let's see. We're going to check. Have you heard anything about availability, importing of the 20-inch barrels and more? AG brass casers. Oh, let's see. Okay, Travis, 20-inch barrels. The U.S. does make barrels from 16 to 20-inch. I know they primarily just make 16-inch barrels. I think if you want one of the 20-inch barrels, I think you have to get on a waiting list or see when they're going to do that production run when they change the tooling for it. But that's a Steyr USA question. You'll have to get with Steyr about that. Import, they don't, for the U.S. they don't import barrels. They're all made down in Alabama. So it doesn't matter what size. It's just a 24-inch. Like I said, if you want a 24-inch barrel, when you see one that comes available on the market and that's what you want, buy it right there on the spot. I don't want to say don't argue the price, but if you can afford the price and that's what you want, you buy it right there on the spot. They're just not really available. Same goes with like the 9mm conversion kits. If you want one of those and they come available and you have the funds, buy it there on the spot because you might not get the chance to get one for a number of years. Let's see, brass catchers. Are you talking about the bag system that kind of hangs off the side of the rifle that like legit catches your brass, or are you talking about the deflector, which is this? If you're talking about the deflector, that's a Corvos part. I believe these are still, I think they still have these here in the US. You can get those. If you're talking about the bag thing that kind of like hangs off the side that catches all your brass so you don't have to go picking it up, I haven't seen one of those in a decent little while. I have one from a company. I'll play with it here shortly, but it's a big, it looks like an M60 ammo tray box that clacks on the side of the gun. It's on the other side of the office, and I'm kind of boxed in over here the way I film, so I can get a picture. I'll put one out. I've got some other component parts I'm playing with. I'll get a picture of. Like I said, email me. I can send you a picture, or I'll throw it up on Instagram. So. All right, fellas. I think I've talked about everything here long enough. We did have a winner. Let me go back up here. Brandon. Cool, Brandon, you've got it, man. Remember, please, I've got your name over here. I just need you to send me an email, and I will send you a Glock or an XD holster. And guys, since he's going to pick out one of those, I'll have one left over. Let's see, fun, cool thing. Trying to think, I'll give away another holster. I'm just trying to think of something to do it. Are any of the aftermarket trigger sear components with the NATO trigger pack? Yes, we talked about it. I'm doing a video. Sorry, processing two thoughts at the same time, and it's smoking. Yes, your 2020 sear from Ratworks will work between the two trigger packs. There is a thing called a null trigger. It's basically like a shoe that goes on top of the hammer. That will work. And then they have one called a I pronounce it new trigger, but it's like a null trigger. It's a component. It's basically the tailstock that goes inside. That they'll work between the two trigger packs, so you're good on that one. Now, do I recommend any of those parts or would personally use them? There's only one that I will actually run and use in my gun, and that's a video that's coming out. But basically, I really, for the most part, keep my trigger pack systems, for the most part, 100% stock. I don't play around with those things. This particular one does have the Ratworks 2020 sear in it that I'm doing testing on, and at the current moment, we've got about 1,000 rounds through it, and I'm doing a comparison between what I think it should be and the upgraded part. What I say is the Ratworks worth going out and buying and instantly installing. I don't know, man. If you got the extra money, it's not bad. It does work, but do you have to spend the $100 for it? Not really. So far, I really haven't found it to be worth it. And that's kind of been an opinion I've had for a while. And I know some people will scream in the video or say 100% the Ratworks sear is worth the $100 to $150 that it is. I don't know. I'm testing and evaluating. We'll see between the two. So I still want to do another 500 rounds out of this thing and test it, and I'll give a full review on how that goes. But it is out there. The other components, check out the video. I would not be in a big rush, just to kind of give you a hint towards it. I would not be in a big rush to buy any of the other components or aftermarket trigger pack things. Well, 190 put on there. The trigger tamper, the new trigger, and the Ratworks here. So I've actually got all those parts. I'm filming and testing. For sure, one giant warning, and if you do any type of reading or you get out there, do not put all of those components into one trigger pack system. Don't do that. They are meant to be used with individually, or maybe two can be used at the same time, but you cannot put all of those together. Well, let's see, one person. Let's see, there is one person that does trigger work. Yes, 190. And I've actually got some information on what he's doing. If you guys saw, I'll kind of leave with this one since we're pushing late. And I've got basically another appointment here in about half an hour. If you guys saw Grantham's video, man, totally could not think of that YouTuber. If you saw Grantham AUG review that he did, one of his latest videos, take a little bit of time. It's like 3/4 way into his video. You can kind of look at how that trigger works on his AUG when he talks about it and make your own determination. But that was one that's actually a part of what you just mentioned, that person that does the trigger upgrade part that they were talking about. I'll leave it there. You can make your own assumptions. Let's see. Yeah, man, not a problem. I try to do live streams. I was trying to do like every 2 weeks or at least once a month. With the new camera system, it looks a lot better. We don't have overheating. Guys, check this out. We're an hour and 8 minutes, and if you guys have been here for previous live streams, we used to get like 30 to 40 minutes before we'd have some type of technical issue or battery pack. So with you guys watching the videos, helping the channel thing, granted I'm not asking for money, I'm just saying with you guys being here and keeping me going, we upgraded and got another camera system, so that's what we're taking pictures of, and I am actually trying to learn some better photography. So hopefully these new pictures that you guys are going to see over the next short while, you guys like these pictures. I really think they're turning out well. So that's it. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to say, okay, like I said, Brandon won the holster. If you guys saw this video, as soon as it goes out there, you tell me the company and what it was called on these oils, what company produces them, and I'll send you the other holster. So you guys will have to put it in the actual comments of the video, not here in the live stream. Let's see. The main thing it does. Hold on, I'm checking this last little chat here. Yeah, no problem, Travis. So, okay. Well, I end this live stream and we're done with it being live as soon as it goes over for the regular play. First person that tells me who makes these and what they're called, I want the AWT acronym for what these are. I will send you a holster as long as you're here in the US. And it will be a Glock or an XD of whichever one the previous winner doesn't take, if that's what you want.